What's up, guys? Beaster Fry here. So here is a project I am going to be submitting for Blue Belt. It's going to be basically making this regular cylinder into a practice slash challenge lock. I believe I got this off Amazon. Here's the key. This is the bitting here. It's okay. The idea is to remove this top plate here that I already removed, but I got it back on. Just taped it just so the pins and the springs don't come out. I put the plate back on, and I had to wait for some tools. I just got some tools in the mail. A tap. A tap in, I believe it's called a 16 by 32, and I'm going to put threads on the top with this tool. I bought plugs as well. Oops, sorry for the shaky camera. Here's a plug. And I also want to use the drivers that's already inside the cylinder so that the key still works. If they're too small, then I guess I'll use a different key pin, and I guess I'll shave down some of the key to make some of them work. But the idea is that to make this key work with the same pins that are inside the cylinder. So let's get started with step one. Step one is going to be... Alright guys, so the first step is just, I'm just going to remove this tape that was assisting with holding on this plate that I no longer need. Oops, hit the camera. Stop shaking. Earthquake test. I'm going to use a tool. Alright. Block the spring from coming out. There we go. Alright, there goes the first spring. I'm just going to put this over to the side. Alright, so it was only pinned up to 5. And now that it's good, the pins should be inside here. Okay, so just to show you the pins, how they sit inside. So I have some pretty long key pins, and the driver pins are pretty short. Yeah, I think I can make them all security pins. So I'm going to make them all security pins in the next part here. Alright, so now that these pins are out, I'm going to thread the inside here so that the plugs can go in. So let's start with that. Okay. Wonder if this is slightly too small. Nope. Alright, here we go. Alright. Alright. I now have some threads in there. You can see. Before I move on, I'm going to try and put one of them in first and see if this goes good. So one of these plugs here. Start with this plug. Okay, it's really tight. I'm not sure. There we go. That's actually, it's all good. All right. It's nice and snug there, and it's actually nice. It's more than slightly less than flush with the top. That's nice. All right. Now this will slightly change the spring tension inside because the top is now going to be much further down because of the plug, but I think it'll still be fine. Because it's going to be a practice or challenge type lock, doesn't really matter, but because I don't want to keep disassembling this thing, I can progressive pin much easier than before. So let's start on the second one here. So the next step would be, I might take this cylinder out and see if I take the cylinder out, I want to know if these pins really come into play. I might even make the key pins security also with a couple serrations, because this one's long enough. This one's long enough so where if you overset it, it'll hang. So I might actually make some serrated with some of the key pins as well. So the next step would be just making the driver pins either serrated or spooled, and a lot of them are kind of short, so I might just replace the driver pins, but I'll see if I can make them better. So that's the next step, so let's do that. Okay guys, so here's the next step. I'm gonna customize the driver pins. I already put this one into the chuck of my Dremel here. I'm going to replace a few of the driver pins with the slightly longer ones, because I want to make three of them. What is it? Not spools. Spools? Yeah, spool pins. So these are slightly longer. Actually, this one's longer than the other one. This one might be too long. Yeah, I'm gonna just replace, this one's a little too long. So I'm gonna replace these, and this is the original one that came in the lock. You can tell it's slightly shorter. Slightly shorter, but I'm gonna replace just 3 of them so I can make 3 spools. And I'm gonna make the rest serrated, along with a couple of these serrated as well, because why not? Alrighty, so let's get to it. I'll show you the first one. I'm gonna try and make this one a spool, so we'll go through this together. Alright, I'll be wearing my airsoft impact rated goggles for this. Just to be safe, I'll be keeping the Dremel on the lowest setting. This one has low. And that's really it. Here we go. Okay, it's chucked up tight already. I'm gonna be using this tool here, this file. And I'll be using just the edge up against it, and it should give me a spool. So here we go. Okay. That looks good to me. Focus, focus. There we go. It's something. But definitely able. Oop. So I got the mat here. So kind of spool. Enough for a spool. It would have to go into the cylinder obviously this way. Okay. That's one. It's got the serration, so that's good enough for me. Okay, I'm going to do this a few more times, and I'll show you the end result. Alright guys, I think I'm done. Now, I didn't do it to all of them, but so what I did do is, these two are spool type spool type. Not exactly spools, but as close as I can get them. I put a serration in this one, number 3, 2, and 1. Now with the key pins, I put serrations in 5, nothing in 4. I don't know why I'm going off. 3, I put a double. I was able to put a double serration, or as close to it. I put 1 in 2, nothing in 1. One's nice and short. This one also has 2 serrations as well. And I think all we got to do is put it back together, see if it works. And maybe I'll try and pick it. Alright, let's do that process right now. Let's start with these key pins here. Alright. I wonder if I should put the key in now. Does it matter? Alright. Key still works. Alright. Springs. Let's move this over here because I'm using my left hand. Well, the potential issue here is that the springs might be difficult to screw with the plugs. They're going to be under a lot more tension than they were before. Along with the longer driver pins that I put in. But I think, I don't know, it should be good. I could see if I have shorter springs or... Maybe I'll use this one right here, this middle one. I'm going to show them to you. These are the two springs. So the one on the left will be, I think I'll be replacing those. It's substantially shorter. So let's do that. Okay, let's start finishing this up. Yeah, that makes me feel a lot better. Okay, we are in. And that is it. I'm leaving this one empty right now, because the idea was to use the key. And we work. Okay. Probably do a picking video. But as of right now, this is officially finished. The inspiration was from the Covert Instruments practice lock, which is extremely similar. But there you go. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Be safe, and I'll see you next time.